So a quick recap of this week's market situation. Certainly, we have been seeing quite a bit of mixed performance for markets. At the start of this week, Asian equity markets have broadly ticked up in anticipation for the 19th National Party Congress and also China's Q3 GDP numbers on Thursday. And of course, we did see equity markets such as the Nikkei and also the Hang Seng Index all seeing multi-year highs. But having said that, into Thursday's session, warnings coming through from PBOC Governor Zhou Xiaochuan actually did create a little bit of stress for the market, and we did see a bit of the sell-off. But having said that, the likes of the Straits Times Index this morning has actually exhibited sustained resilience with 0.8% week-to-date gains. And of course, for the US equity markets, the record run is still underway, and the earnings report continued to stream in, showing rather positive numbers. And this morning, Friday morning here, the passing of the fiscal 2018 budget by US Senate itself has been seen by the market to pave the way for tax reforms, and did send the US dollar and equity market futures in the US up. Of course, we're waiting for how the performance for the US equity markets will unfold into Friday's session later on. So moving on to the week ahead, what are some of the key items to look out for? Once again, for the full suite of events, to look out to the IG economic calendar, but I'm just going to highlight a few items over here. So we do know that next week there is going to be a lot of moving parts, and in my opinion, that could actually make it difficult to really formulate a strong opinions with respect to equity market performances. But having said that, equity markets trend could remain strong, particularly with earnings coming into a very heated stage for the US market. So we do know with what we have seen so far in the US equity markets, both sales and earnings have outperformed the previous quarter in terms of the current performances. And next week we are going to get about 36% more of these companies due to reports, so that itself is going to heat up the season quite a bit and show us how things are going to rank from there. But moving on to the economic events and indicators, we have on Sunday Japanese election that is going to be held. I don't think that's going to create quite a bit of ripple for the Japanese market, given the fact that the market broadly anticipate Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to really continue on with his term. And of course, moving on to economic indicators, Tuesday's market PMI numbers are going to be due once again, and the preliminary October numbers for Eurozone and US are both expected to moderate slightly after last month's strong performance, so do keep an eye over there. But this could all be overshadowed by what's to come on Friday with the US Q3 GDP first reading expected. The market is currently has penned in a market consensus of 2.5% quarter-on-quarter, slightly down from the 3.1% expected earlier, so that itself could see a bit of a reaction should we have a miss over there. So do keep a close eye on that as well. And of course, on Thursday, prior to that, the ECB meeting will be underway. The market is expecting a QE extension announcement to be made in the upcoming meeting, so that itself is not going to create too much of a surprise over there. Once again, do keep a close eye on the rhetoric to come, but that itself may certainly be a non-event for the market. What could really overshadow this would actually be the development with the Catalonia tensions as of currently. So all this is all moving parts for the European markets. But looking to Asia, of course, for the local Singapore market, we have the consumer price index and also industrial production numbers. Market could really largely shrug off any slowdown in terms of industrial production numbers over there, particularly given what we have seen with the NODX itself, and given the fact that we have Q3 GDP numbers really outperforming what the market have been expecting. So moving back to what's really important for the upcoming week, I think it's going to stick with earnings, and for the local Singapore market, quite a number of companies will be reporting as well.